He stood in the middle of our kitchen, his shoulders slumped, eyes hollowed by the weight of something he wasn't ready to admit. "She dumped me." That's all he said. No tears, no details, just that quiet sentence hanging in the air like smoke after a house fire. And then he sat down, slowly, like the truth had finally caught up to him. My son, 24 years old, had just been left by the woman we all thought, maybe even hoped, could change his life. And in that moment, I had a choice. I could lie. I could pretend I was shocked. I could echo his mother's gasp of sympathy. Or I could tell him what he already knew deep down, but didn't want to hear. So I told him the truth. And now, my family thinks I'm the villain. Let me explain. 2 years ago, my son met her online. It started small, just messages and late-night calls. But it didn't take long before she was flying across countries to see him. Not once, not occasionally, but every single month. This woman, let's call her Sarah, was crossing oceans, juggling jobs, spending weekends and paychecks to come be with him. And my son? He never once returned the gesture. Not once. Not even when she asked. Not when she hinted. Not even when she said, clearly, that she needed him to show up. Not just emotionally, but physically. In her country. In her life. And I tried. God knows. I tried to get through to him. I pulled him aside one day, made him sit down with me. I said, "Son, I know your mother is nervous about you flying, but you're an adult now. You have to meet people halfway in this world. She's doing everything. You need to give something back." He looked at me like I'd asked him to walk to the moon. "No," he said. "I don't want to travel. I don't want to fly anywhere. I'm perfectly fine staying where I am." His mom backed him up. She always does. "She just wants to be with him," she said. "She understands his anxiety." But here's the thing. Sarah didn't understand. Not really. Not forever. Because eventually, even the kindest heart has its limits. She made a promise. She said she would move here, uproot her life, cross borders, and start over. But there was one condition. He had to fly over to her country first, just once, just to prove he could, just to prove he would. He said no, flat out, unapologetically, no. I remember looking at him that night, wondering if he realized what he was doing, wondering if he understood that relationships don't survive on convenience, that love without effort is just another form of selfishness. Weeks passed, then months. Sarah kept coming, kept showing up, until one day she didn't. Last week, he came home with that haunted look in his eyes. She dumped me. He sat there in silence. His mother wrapped him in soft words, stroked his hair like he was 5 again. And me? I checked Sarah's Facebook page. Yes, we're still connected. She always treated us with kindness, always included us. After the breakup, she even sent us a message, a heartfelt letter, an apology, if you can believe that. Said she was sad it didn't work out, that she would always be grateful for our kindness. She signed it with love, but the pictures told a different story. There she was, smiling, with someone new, and suddenly, everything made sense. I looked at my wife, then at my son, and I said it. I agree with her decision. My son blinked. You didn't treat her right, I said. You let her do all the work. You didn't even try to meet her halfway. What did you expect? My wife's face turned cold. You think he deserved this? She asked. Yes, I said. I think he needed this. And just like that, the temperature in the room dropped by 20 degrees. He stormed out. She followed. And now, I'm left here, wondering if I said too much, or if this is exactly what he needed to hear. Let me be clear. This isn't about punishment. It's about reality. My son is not a bad person. He's smart, funny, capable. But he's also been coddled by a mother who sees him as fragile porcelain in a world that has yet to challenge him. And Sarah, she was the one person who asked for more. Not money, not gifts, just effort, a plane ticket, a weekend, a single sincere gesture that said, "I see what you've done for me, and I want to return the favor." But he couldn't do it, wouldn't do it. And so she left. The part that stings the most, he didn't even fight for her. No late night call, no airport sprint, no last-ditch effort. He let her go the same way he let her carry the weight of their entire relationship. Quietly, lazily, without resistance. So yes, when he told us she was gone, I didn't hold his hand. I told him the truth. And now, my wife says, I'm cruel, cold, heartless. But tell me this, if I don't say it, who will? If I don't teach him how to show up for people, how to meet others where they are, how to love with effort and not entitlement, then who will? Because the next woman won't wait 2 years. She won't cross oceans and write apology letters to her ex's parents. She'll leave after 6 months, after one broken promise, after the first sign of laziness disguised as fear. And next time, maybe there won't be a letter. There'll just be silence and regret. I didn't raise my son to be a man who thinks love is something that's owed to him. I raised him to be better than that. So I told him. And now, I ask you, am I the asshole? That story hits hard because it's not just about a breakup. It's about the line between love and responsibility, between protecting someone and enabling them. We often talk about parenting as unconditional support, but sometimes love looks like tough truths. Like saying, this is on you. Like refusing to sugarcoat a moment that could change someone's life if they're willing to face it. The father in this story didn't just watch a relationship fall apart. He watched his son make choices that led to it. And in that quiet moment, after the dust had settled, he chose to speak up, not to hurt, but to teach. So here's the real question for you listeners. When someone you love is hurting, but also in the wrong, do you tell them the truth, or do you protect their feelings? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you've ever had to choose between honesty and comfort, we want to hear your story. This has been AITA Story Vault, where the hardest truths often live in the quietest moments. Until next time, stay kind, stay honest, and don't be afraid to meet someone halfway.